go where they need. You have an Earthshaker sitting behind a Brood.
It's a Tinker. You want to gank. The Tinker would be classified like a hero like Storm. You want to gank him in the middle.
This is going to be... EG have to be very careful not to get caught up by these support rotations from Secret early on. Because Earthshaker can be behind the Brood, can be behind the mid laner Medusa and get gank on the Tinker. This is going to be a dicey game for EG in the lightning stage.
It's going to be interesting indeed, and we're going to go now to the casters for the first game of this best of 3. It's Secret versus EG, casted by none others than Synderen and Sunspan. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Bruno. I love you so much. So this is going to be a best of 3 between Secret and EG. Let's go over the lineup, shall we, Cinderwin? I'll go over Secret. How about that?
That's good.
Okay, good. As we're going to look at EG. So Fear is going to be playing the Lycan Universe on the Axe today. PPD, Witch Doctor. Aoi 2000 on the Skywrath Mage. And Sumail on the Tinker, which I've seen once before this tournament from him, and he was beastly.
Yeah, it's one of EG's flavor picks that they have pulled out once, and they're going to try to use it again. We're going to see if it works out as well as last time. That was indeed a very good performance, that was the game in which they had Treant and Phoenix as well. That was a kind of a pocket strat, but they have other plans with it too. For Secret, we're going to have Puppey on the Vengeful Spirit. Zai will be Brood in the safe lane as it looks. S4, mid lane with the Puck. Kuroki onto Earthshaker, and finally Arteezy will be playing as the Medusa.
Oh, S4 taking a lot of damage. Wow. My goodness.
So, is this the first time Secret picked Medusa this tournament? I want to say
it's the first time I remember, but I don't know for sure, to be honest.
And they first phase picked it, so they've adapted a bit.
Yep. Well, this is not a time to hold back strats, I'll tell you that much.
Save strats for TI-20.
No, I don't think we'll make it that far, friend. We're going to die of old age before that time. But Zai is going to be at bottom lane. Where did he put? He put his webs at the top rune, I believe, so he's going to have one now. This is going to be the second one. And it's going to be against his tri-lane of Lycan, PPD on the Witch Doctor, Skywrath Mage. How is he going to do this? I mean, we saw Broodmother played by him, I believe it was yesterday, wasn't it? Where he went Ethereal, Dagon, and just... He didn't necessarily, I don't think he had that great of a score, but just the fact that you have that many items on a Broodmother, you control the map completely, and it is super difficult to play against.
Yeah, it was really good in that game. He also, I think he got off to a good start in lane, which will be a little bit harder this time. Broodmother, he went Midas first, and then went for that shotgun build. It's unlikely he'll take that route in this game, because the Midas seems far off when he's playing against initially a trial lane. They've now changed it into a dual lane, moving up PPD to top. And even that is a small victory for Secret that could turn into a big victory, as they forced the rotation already. They forced the TP out of the Witch Doctor. And while it might not seem like the biggest of deals, Zai should still be doing pretty fine against this dual lane once he gets a couple of levels.
Well, he's taking a lot of damage. There's a sentry inside his web. He does have a sentry of his own, though. That's going to be difficult to counter war with everybody in the area, however. Top lane, I should say mid lane, sorry, as Wepis, you are the best friend. And now we're going to look at top lane. We have the Witch Doctor Axe against Kuroki on the Earthshaker and Puck. So it's going to be a tri-lane with Puppey on the Vengeful Spirit. And this is a pretty aggressive tri-lane. A lot of long-range abilities. And I think this is going to... They could probably get first blood in this lane, I would think.
Yeah, Universe is going to get absolutely nothing. The Brood is kind of in the same boat, but I want to say Brood does more with less farm early on than Axe does. Of course, come mid-game, Axe has a more valuable item pickup in the Blink Dagger relative to anything Brood can buy for 2,000 gold, but just in terms of map presence and how much pressure they can put out, I want to say the current state of the game is favoring Secret by a bit. But how much are they going to get out of this top lane is the question. Kuro has rotated mid and wants to get Sumail, but he's standing on a ward. And Sumail is basically baiting him, not showing that he knows he's there, but whenever Kuro wants to go for the move, he pulls back, and that means Kuro's just really wasting his time here. I think he's used about a minute in this area, hoping that he can get the opening, and Sumail's not going to give it to him, I think.
Oh, well, he had perhaps an opportunity. There's no way he's going to block him in. You're exactly right. And Arteezy is actually quite low, although he does have the double damage. Be a very tough kill, although Tinker is relatively easy to kill until he gets the March of the Machines, which right now he's going for a 2-1-0. He's holding on to that stat point. And we've talked about this at length. The nerfs made to Tinker means he's not going to be able to use Ancients. to full. Well, he can auto attack Ancients, I guess, but he's not going to be able to use March of the Machines at all.
Nice.
So his farm will be limited in that nature, but you can always stack the jungle, and we'll expect to see that in this game for sure. As Battle Hunger applied to Puppey at top.
He is, by the way, destroying Arteezy in lane. Sumail is 16-8 against Arteezy 7-2 on the Medusa, getting completely outplayed in this lane. I would also say it favors Tinker, but the thing that's interesting for me is I think Medusas have done better in the mid lane this tournament than I would have expected going in. They just seem to get more farm and not be put under too much pressure, but Tinker has so much heavy single target damage that he can put some pressure on Arteezy, who's still working on getting his bottle, and Sumail has already bottle crowed once. It's coming back out. He will even maybe get the bottom rune if Aoi wants to leave it for him. And this is a big victory for EG already, how much pressure they're putting in.
Yeah, and Kuroki took the bounty rune at top. That means no rune for Tinker. They're going to find Universe in the jungle. There's the magic missile into a figure. This might be first blood going the way of Secret. And down goes poor Universe on the Axe jungle. The jungle Axe.
And Puppey gets the first blood. He'll probably buy boots with this. Kuro, same story. They both have a decent amount of gold, and the Crow is already up, so decent amount of gold influx for Team Secret.
You know, something I like, although Skyrath
Man, that's amazing to see.
What's that?
That's crazy, actually.
That is pretty weird. Well, they weren't prepared for it. I mean, there's so many games. You can't really prepare for the games every single time, as opposed to main event where you have a lot of time in between. The
and
thing
teams
I do
have planned for X in general, after seeing how powerful he was.
The thing I like about Skyrath versus the Broodmother, which he's not down there right now, but something I don't think we've mentioned is the fact that Arcane Bolt cannot be disjointed. So once you have vision of Broodmother, that's a guaranteed nuke applied to Brood. And it's not like you're giving away that you have sentries or anything like that, because it's going to hit no matter what. And right now he's going to start stacking, apparently, so they're not going to try to go for a kill on Brood anytime soon, it seems.
Oh man, this is not going to be an easy lane for Universe. Axe on paper good against Brood, but Brood has a head start. Is level 5 with Soul Ring, almost level 6. We'll claim that now. As good call from Universe, actually. We'll get a couple of spins. Pretty unlucky, to be honest.
That was
only
one spin,
2.
yeah, I think.
I think he got 2.
Do you think he should have come down here earlier, or was this?
Whoa, Zai.
Actually, they kind of baited him to go top when they saw the web at the top rune, I think, perhaps.
Yeah, it could be that was what triggered that decision. I don't know if Universe had the chance to come down earlier. Well, he could have TP'd, but then ultimately EG will have to use many TPs. They have to TP someone top, they have to TP someone bottom, maybe even rotate all their supports. As Universe would like to play this lane one-on-one from the start and get the full experience. But yeah, maybe they should have actually rotated him a little bit earlier.
Well, Fear's going to be the one in the jungle now, and well, level 5, it's not until... Actually, no, level 3 is when the regen starts for the Wolves, right? It's not level 4? Or is it level 4?
It's level 4.
Okay, so he's going to be quite ineffective in the jungle overall, as Puppey's going to be counter-warding at the top rune area. But now that Medusa has that bottle, she has a haste intact as well. And Boots in the stash. Arteezy should be having a little bit better of a time here, but it's really the Tinker that we're going to be focusing on, because it's all about that Soul Ring into Boots of Travel, and I believe the Soul Ring is in all likelihood about to be delivered, and there it is. He's farming quite well overall. 41 last hits at the moment, tied with Old Man Fear.
And Arteezy has 19. This is the
hardest.
When's
the last time you saw that?
This is the hardest I think I've seen Arteezy being beat in lane. Sumail sees the haste being used and puts up defensive march.
Man, such a smart player.
It just runs out.
As 4 gets silenced from Ancient Seal, taking quite a bit of damage. His Fear's going to come for some right clicks, but the illusory orb is enough to get across the cliff into safety.
And as you mentioned, they rotated Fear into the jungle a little bit. One of the absolute biggest strengths of Lycan, in my opinion, is how quickly he can start giving a solo lane to the supports and still get almost the same amount of farm as in the lane in terms of raw gold influx, which effectively just means that you have a hero that starts out in lane can go into jungle and become a full-time jungler if you see the laning situation is fit for it, and you can really gain a lot from that. So the rotation of Zai to top, however, will probably force Fear to stay, since Zai will run Aoi over on his own. Already going aggressive. There's a fissure. This could be another kill.
Trying to TP out the spider. It's going to be applied. It's going to be barely enough to get the kill. And that's 2 kills total for Secret at the current moment of time. Does this mean Universe should come back top, or I mean, this is kind of like one of those deals. Where the hell do I go? Do I stay? Do I go?
Cat and mouse.
Yeah. What do you think the right choice is in this particular game?
I think Universe should stay bottom until he has his blink, and then TP top and get a surprise kill, and then stay.
Okay.
I think that's probably the highest, the best choice.
He's almost there.
Yeah, he almost has
and he
it.
caught up in levels big time too. Almost level 8, 2,000 gold. That's pretty much out of nowhere. Man.
Yeah, he got a little bit out of the jungle, got ganked, and since then he's had some good
gets
time
blocked
bottom.
completely with this fissure, but of course he's at 6,000 million move speed. He's going to chase Kuroki with his wolves, doing some right-click damage. It's not going to be enough for a kill. And in the end, he's just forced to use his ult and back off.
I'm actually surprised he gave up on that kill, but at the same time, Puppy's missing. So the Venge could have TP top. He might have expected that TP that didn't come out from Puppy at that point in time, and just plays it safe. Back into jungle, getting some more farm. Looks like he's going for treads first over Vlad's. Maybe he doesn't need the Vlad mana regen because he has a bottle build, but that's still... Generally, Vlad's early is a pretty powerful choice on Lycan for opening up for pushes, opening up for Roche.
You were talking about Zai perhaps not going for a Midas.
Oh, he got it sub 10.
He goes top lane, gets a ton of farm, and then he gets it now. Yeah. Do you think he's going to go the same crazy pub build?
Yes.
So what did he go in order? He went Dagon first?
He went Midas, Dagon 5, E-Blade Blink, I think. Or maybe he got the Blink before the E-Blade. I can't remember.
Actually, yeah, I can't remember that either, now that I think about it. But Blink is now picked up by Universe,
and then
the rotations to begin.
Oh, Diffusal and then Abyssal. He got Diffusal because of Omni Knight that game.
Oh, yeah. That is correct.
He's not going to go that part of the build.
You never know.
Almost guarantee you, this is not a Diffusal game. Oh, PPD.
Gets here's the counter play. The Spiderling's going to be proccing the counter. He looks quite a bit Ancient Seal on top of this, and the boom! Down he goes. They do trade the Witch Doctor, but a fair trade in EG's eyes, to say the least.
And Universe did exactly what he should. He got the Blink, he TP top, he got the surprise kill. Excellent. He's even going to get a lot of spiders here.
Nice.
That's easily worth it. That's about 250 gold right there.
That's a lot. How many Spiderlings was it? Like 20 plus at least?
Yeah, at least 15. It's kind of crazy to think about that. Killing that amount of Spiderlings is the same as getting an Ancient camp.
That's true. It's almost like...
And it takes 3 seconds. It's like the maximum efficiency.
Yeah.
Eternal Envy would probably love to play X against Brood every game and just constantly hunt Spiderlings in the jungle.
Well, Sumail has Boots of Travel now. Oh boy. Half a second too late.
Not even close.
Not even close. As Fear's going to continue to stay in the jungle. He knows that Secret is in the vicinity. But we'll go. So what do you think about? We didn't really expand on it. The treads before Vlad's. Does he not think Roche will be a viable option in the early stage of the game?
So I don't know what's the faster build for farming jungle. I would assume that the Vlad's, because you have wolves, increases your farming rate more than the treads. So when he goes treads first, I think it's more of a fighting build, that he's aiming to participate in fights early on, because else Vlad's, to me, should just on paper be the better farming build. 30 attack speed and some main status, of course, really good, but percentage-based damage when you're using 3 units should just outscale that. But regardless, he's going to get both. He has the Vlads in a moment. 200 gold short of that.
No, Universe. He is smoked, along with Aoi 2000. They're trying to find Zai. I'm not sure if they have dust at the moment, but he's in the trees at this current point in time. The smoke pops. They know he's around here. Pop the dust. It actually hits him, but they can't see him. Unfortunately. Oh, maybe not.
Whoa.
Call. No, it's actually not in range. And the fissure comes. Fear's kind of blocked in. Taking a lot of damage. He pops his ult. He's just going to run away.
That's a big win for Secret. Avoiding that gank and forcing the shapeshift.
Yeah, that is such a difficult kill. I almost feel their pain against the Brood Mother.
Brood is so extremely annoying. It's like unbelievable.
And he's the top farmer in the game right now. This is with Tinker getting a really early boost of travel. Universe.
Zai's going to regret this.
Oh, Zai taking so much damage from the Mystic Flare. And the Calling Blade finishes him off.
Okay, that was really odd. Like, that kill they can't get, right? It's an axe with call. Brood's Insatiable Hunger will not really be doing much damage for the first 2.5 seconds while the call is on. And Shaker doesn't have ult, and Brood doesn't have the Dagon yet, just has his spawn Spiderlings. So any sort of support there will easily keep him safe. And the risk of the counterplay just, I feel like, outweighs the extremely slim chance of a kill.
Like
Kuro gets
oh, man,
almost again.
that was so close.
Almost.
Not even close.
Not even close again.
So at this stage of the game, do you think he should just focus on the support? Well, basically anybody but Axe and Lycan.
He can focus on Lycan, because every time he will force out the ult if there's no backup, which is pretty valuable.
Is there any chance he goes for Orchid instead of Dagon? I mean, Orchid, if you can get in range of Tinker, is incredibly good.
At the same time, so is the Dagon, right? Because then he can't blink.
Yeah,
Orchid
like
won't disable
for Necro here.
Or Treads first. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're right. He has the staff. Yeah, it could just be a book.
Hardcore push against an Axe. Of course, Axe will lose a lot of mana by initiating onto those pesky little Necro units.
Yeah. And there's someone we haven't really talked about that much. S4 has just quietly been farming on his puck. He hasn't found a kill yet. Minute 14. He has 65 CS, a blink. The blink he's had for like a good 5 minutes and hasn't even been looking for trouble. So
33 denies. So he's trying to pull a Dendi here. What is this nonsense? Universe smoked up. It pops. They thought it might have been in the jungle, but it was actually Kuroki.
Oh,
here we go. Initiation with Berserker's Call into Mystic Flare. Kuroki's going to go down before he can do anything. Culling Blade to finish him off yet again. That is the third Culling Blade kill, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's...
Universe off to a really good start.
And that's an extremely confident play. His smoke breaks, but they didn't have vision in the area, so he basically guesses where he needs to blink. That could have been other angles than just straight down, but he takes the chance and gets a big payoff. They get the kill. No tower, though, so collateral not being claimed, and as such, maybe Secret are like, okay, well, they got a kill on our Shaker, and that's all.
Here we go. S4 might get his first kill. Dream Coil is used along with Waning Rift. He's going to get silenced in turn, though, and the Wolves are doing a lot of damage, and Lycan comes in with Tinker out of nowhere. And Sumail takes the kill for himself. Owie still not dead. The Fissure. Level 3 at the moment.
Oh, Sumail buys his blink. He has cooldown.
He is just farming ridiculously well right now.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for EG.
Bottom tower is under attack.
A little bit puzzled. I think S4 held his orb, and he might have considered, well, if I orb and then get silenced, there's a counterplay, but that orb was actually what he needed for the kill. He might have had cooldown. I didn't see the opening of the engagement.
Fear does have Lads now, so expect a Roche to come in the near... Actually, he's going for Necro as well. So who picks it? Does anybody pick up the Medallion of Courage? Is it needed?
They could get it on PPD, but I think the timing is going to be a little bit off. And no, they don't need it. You can easily do Roche without it. It's just very effective.
Well, it's more, it's more, do they need it in order to take it faster? Do they think that Secret would actually contest? As this tower's going to go down one way or another, fortified first. And March of the Machine's doing a lot of damage. They're going to be forced out, but nope. Puck takes it for himself at the last second.
I don't think so. I think they can zone control with Tinker and secure the Roche. It's still pretty scary for Secret to engage in there. Broodmother is not strong yet for that kind of fight. Sure, your puck is pretty strong, but if they spread out correctly, then S4 maybe finds one hero and maybe they get a kill. But at the cost of a Roshan, that's easily worth it for EG.
I have a random question for you. What do you think about players on opposing teams, like rivals to some degree, using players' sets from the rival? So, for example, Fear is using Puppy's Lycan set. Which is awesome, by the way.
So there's two reasons why you would do that, right?
Yeah.
The one reason is you think it's the coolest set, and you like to look cool.
Uh-huh.
The other one is, actually there's three. The other one is that you want to pay respect to the player and acknowledge what they've managed to accomplish with the hero. And the third one is you feel like it gives you style points to beat the enemy player with his own team.
It's probably more the third option than the latter.
I would be absolutely shocked if any player on the opposing team is actually intimidated to any extent.
Universe jumps in on Arteezy. He has no mana to use his ult. Away he runs, but away he dies with the Calling Blade again. That is the 4th kill for Universe. He is on fire so far this game.
He's getting so big. There's
actually a 5th option. They have no idea that's the player's set.
Yeah.
Also
what's the 4th option?
Huh?
I named 3 and
you named 4. Well, 4 is Khabos.
You're
so
just
that's all.
The 4th option is to use Khabos set. Does he have one?
Actually, I don't think so. I don't remember him ever having a set, actually.
It's pretty odd if he doesn't.
Yeah, that is odd. Well, I mean, Dendi only has 1 set, so I don't know what the heck they're doing over there. As, Dream Coil on 3. S4 gets silenced right off the bat, and Mystic Flare is almost going to blow him up. Right Cliff's going to continue to miss up the cliff, though, and the Echo Sniper doing so much damage. 2 dead right off the bat for EG, but here comes Universe with the Calling Blaze and the Berserker's Call. and it's a 2 for 2 at the current moment of time. Sumail and Universe chasing poor Puppy. Laser doesn't really do that much damage at level 1, I believe that is, but it's going to be a kill one way or another. In the end, a 3 for 2, and it looks like a tier 2 for Secret as well.
And that was a 3 for 2 for EG, and S4 even got lucky.
They missed like 3 attacks in a row.
I think they missed, yeah, 1 or 2 or 3
or 5.
Probably just 1 attack, judging from how well you usually count. Missed 1 attack uphill. Let's say it was 1. And because of that, S4 actually stays alive and gets to use another orb, which did make quite a difference in that fight, but still, just goes to show Secret are not really able to contest the Roche Pit. I'm surprised they tried for it. And S4 ends up dying as well, and like we said, a 3 for 2, not really,
they got an
not
amazing,
a disaster.
Yeah, it wasn't a disaster. They got an amazing Dream Coil, a pretty good Echo Slam considering he doesn't have a blink or anything to that effect, and well, in the end, they do give up the Aegis, but they get the tier 2 at top, so trades of sorts.
That's
now
true.
a Necro 3 on Broodmother. Zai is looking to be disgusting this whole game.
That is role-playing as Brood. That's pretty mandatory.
Being disgusting?
Yes. As much as possible, voice chat to your teammates. If you need inspiration, you can watch Sir Action Slacks. He's a really good Broodmother.
Yeah.
In the role-play aspect. Not so much in the actual play aspect, but that's okay.
How dare you, by the way, bash on Sir Action Slacks.
I did a bash compliment.
Yeah, I know. That's a backhanded compliment, in other words.
Do you call it that?
What's that? Yeah.
Do you call it backhanded compliment? I like that a lot. I've never heard that before.
That sounds you could add that to your vocabulary now.
Absolutely.
Increase it beyond mine. S4 getting
Goes
blocked
right
out
in
by the
there.
Wolf.
I'll add that to my vocabulary as well.
I thought it was wolves, but then I saw one. His PPD is going to get caught on and destroyed. 8 to 6 currently for EG.
They might even get more. Fear is really sticking around for long.
It's going to be denied by Puck, and they're going to go for Fear. He's Dream Coiled at the moment, gets the stun. Puppy stuns him on top of that. He's doing a lot of damage to Puppy, though. Look at these right clicks. Along with the Necro unit, he gets destroyed. That's a 2 for 2 in the end. As S4 blinks to safety and gets the Invis rune.
Damn, Ortiz got owned by the book. I think he killed the
blueberry.
What's that called? He got affected by Last Will. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
With Split Shot. I think he killed the book with that. And before that, he was Mana Drained. He just got blown up.
Poor Medusa.
Man, that's gotta hurt. I was sure Fear was gonna die there. At least lose the Aegis.
Yeah, he does have the Aegis, of course, so wouldn't have been the end of the world.
Well, what did we see meanwhile? Zai soloed Axe. So Universe died somewhere completely else. With the Necro book, Zai was able to pull that kill off. It's a big kill.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of gold from that. It's 500 gold for the streak, and where does he go from here? He could buy the Dagon in a moment if he wants that build. I'm not sure with how this game is going, though, if that's the plan. They might need a combat Brood, because Ortiz is not having the best game ever.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, Universe is going to show back up top. He has, of course, the blink on top of a Vanguard and Mules, so he's picked up quite a bit of farm despite dying in that last engagement. 2 minutes left on the Aegis for Fear. As Dust is popped, it's not going to hit Zai, though. And Universe is going to be resigned to try to take out the Spiderlings, but the Berserker's Call will miss, unfortunately for him. Net worth still Zai on top.
PPD's in trouble. There's no call.
Oh, PPD. These Spiderlings do hurt quite a bit. He'll be okay, though. A little worse for wear, but we'll survive at the end of the day. Kuroki on the run. The blinking by Sumail and the laser. Burst damage for Tinker. Did he get a double kill with that heat-seeking missile? Are you kidding me? This kid gets kills without even trying. Jesus. That was across the river. He's almost done with his... In fact, he is done with his Bloodstone. Man, he is... Whew. Am I nerding out too hard right now, Sumail? He is pretty ridiculously good.
You're just a nerd in general.
Alright, I'm a nerd gamer. What can I say?
You were tempted to say something else there.
No, never. Bloodstone officially picked up, and I mean, this is 22 minutes. He has a blink, Boots of Travel, Bloodstone. What do you think about that timing overall?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, it's pretty ideal. What else can I say? What's his GPM actually? It's about 500 as Universe gets a solo kill even, I think, on the Brood.
Weapus, you can blame Synderen for having you miss that kill.
Yeah, because you
want
to show his item build.
Yeah.
Okay. He's doing really well. Both the Tinker and the Axe have exceptional farms, and so does Lycan. He's 3-0-6 with 150 at 23 minutes. Everything is really going according to plan for EG here. It's surprising to see they're only ahead by about 1,000 gold. But of course, on Secret side, especially Zai is doing a great job, and also both Arteezy and S4 are staying in the neighborhood of the CS of the 3 tops on EG.
And Sumail picks up the awkward second soul ring, which we've talked about in the past as well, since that recipe was changed for the Bloodstone overall. And this is when, well, I shouldn't say this is when he got his blink, that's when he started getting scary, and now he's just getting even more scary. Broodmother, I mean, they have counters to Broodmother, that's the thing. What's the counter to Tinker for Secret in this game? You have the Howl into swap, but the problem is March of the Machines is such a good skill. Oh, he's gonna get silenced. This might be the counter, just beating the crap out of him. Sumail gets a Dream Coil applied to him, phase shift, S4.
Oh, they missed the orb!
And Sumail.
And it totally doesn't matter!
Well, it ended up mattering because...
I think he would have still suicided.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He was okay.
Well, Fear and his Necro 3 gonna push top lane. Tier 1's already dead. Zai just gonna watch from the trees, creepily.
Did you mention his AC build-up?
On Zai?
Yeah.
I did not. Oh my.
So that is a combat build. I think this is a game he needs BKB in, honestly.
Uh-oh. Cyclone onto S4, into Berserker's Call, into Mystic Flare, and then into Culling Blade. That's a lot of spells for one hero, but luckily the cooldowns are not that high. Zai, still in the trees. They're going to find some Spiderlings.
I love that Yule's pickup on Universe, because you can hit Berserker's Call while they're cycloned. It's an exceptional counter to Puck. It's a really good way of dealing with Brood as well, to close the gap. If it feels like he can't reach with Blink, you can Yule's and then call him down. And you see it at work there. Very nice play by him.
Puppy.
Puppy is super dead. Good jukes, though.
Rearm, well, March of the Machines hurts quite a bit. Does he even know he's here? I don't even think he knows he's here. Is he actually going to die, though? Oh my god, it's going to be close. He tries to earn up at the last second. Sumail gets the kill. He's like, oh,
and then when he dies, he blinks onto him.
He blinks onto his dead body and says, goodbye. Well, Arteezy, level 15. He's leveling quite nicely. 2,700 gold. Has a Manta style. What do you think about Manta first on Medusa? We've seen a lot of Scotty first in this tournament.
I think it's the more effective farming build. And right now for Arteezy, it's all about maximizing the GPM. Secret are not in a position to start playing Siege Tank mode anyway. So there's no real point in getting the Scotty if they don't get the kind of fights where it's beneficial at all. So I agree with the Manta choice. And I still think Scotty might be his next item though.
And Broodmother getting close to finishing the assault here. So Zai's going for a much more, I don't want to call this traditional build, but a less pub build on the Broodmother, which might be a little bit less exciting, but feels that this is the best choice for this game. And there's been a lot of games where we feel like going to the late game, a lot of teams just don't pick up Vlads or AC, and you bring it up pretty much every time. It's kind of getting annoying, so I'm just going to say it now before you get into it later. But it won't be the problem for Secret.
Vlads on AC are really good. Uh-oh.
Yule's into Berserker's Call. S4 gets swapped. Is it going to matter? Deathward doing a lot of damage. He's actually blocked off here from the Fissure, but it's not going to matter. They can at least secure the kill on S4 and the Tier 2 bottom, which means only 2 towers on the outer side of the map for Secret are alive, and they're both mid, actually. The Tier 1 is still there, surprisingly enough.
EG are really taking over this game more and more every minute. It's not just the gold lead, it's just they keep finding objectives, and there's really no counterplay for Secret yet right now. The Brood had a good start. Oh, Universe very close here.
That's a gem.
If he gets the Yules off, he can't solo kill him at this point. He needs backup. PPD's there, but with no Death Ward, that might actually be good for Universe that he didn't go for that. But of course, Tinker could have ported in.
Uh-oh, looks like Sumail's actually. I was gonna say Dagon because I saw the no talisman, but I don't think it's gonna be the case. Universe is gonna clean up the Spiderlings with ease. But Sumail, can you go back to Sumail, Weapus? There's BKB on Arteezy now. Is this gonna be a Shiva's, I guess? For Sumail? I'm guessing the no talisman he had previously, so it's not going to be Dagon, is my guess.
Yeah.
Unless he just built it with a casual plate mail, which could be the case.
Or he gets AC, what do you think?
Well, if you were captaining, I think that's what you would push for. But it looks like
AC and Lance are really good items.
Yep.
Just casual plug, I'll do that every 3 minutes.
Well, Fear is going to pick up both, so I think you're pretty happy about it.
Yules.
There we go. Here's the initiation. PPD is here with a cask into a Maldic, into Deathward. Is this going to be enough damage to take out Zai? The half HP. He's going to try to TP up, but the dunk will finish him off. And the Necro units going to be clean cleaned up as well. I'm actually shocked that we're 28 minutes in the game with this ridiculous push line from EG. They haven't taken tier 1 mid. They've just completely neglected it completely. Or, I said completely in 2 sentences, but that's the American word.
It was twice in 1 sentence, yeah.
Fear with his Necro Book. He's going to pop his ult. He's going to try to go for Puppy. Oh my god, the mana drain is out of control. KuroKy gets a nice fissure though. The stun onto... That was the Necro unit actually for Puppy.
Yep.
Probably the best choice as he runs away to safety.
Yeah, well,
Man,
it
the
just
Necro
seems
unit's
like
so fast.
with every minute, Secret are just losing more and more map control. And I like the BKB idea from Arteezy because I think he will need it against the Tinker, else he's just going to be affected by laser a lot and too much spell damage in general coming out between Tinker and the Skywrath. But it's just generally a bad sign if your Medusa has to go for BKB's second item because it just puts even more emphasis on the greed. He needs even more time, and that is time in which EG are out-farming them. Just simply put, they're at this point in time, it looks like EG are accumulating about 500 more GPM than Secret across their team, maybe even more, like 600 or 700. There's now BKB on Axe, and there's just seemingly no way for Secret to really get any pressure out. Their lineup isn't built for this right now, so they're doing the right thing.
They
they're
can
actually
turtle, though.
they
That's
can.
what they can do.
They can turtle, but never forget how strong Tinker is super late game.
I don't think we've seen KuroKy actually use his Blink Dagger on Earthshaker yet, and he bought that, I want to say, like 8 to 9 minutes ago. I mean, we saw the Echo Slam in the pit, but that was without the Blink Dagger, of course. They just haven't really found any opportunities to do anything, as they're being split pushed big time by both Tinker and Lycan. And of course, Universe being super aggressive against the Broodmother. Has the BKB, as you said, along with the gem.
Oh, Arteezy. He just walks into... Oh my god,
Doesn't
he
want to
actually got
hurt
away
his
with
son.
that.
His Cyclone now onto Arteezy into a call, but Arteezy pops the ult, trying to find somebody, trying to turn somebody into stone. He gets swapped by Puppy. Puppy's going to be the sacrificial lamb in this engagement. Takes 2 or 3 right clicks. The Universe re-engages onto poor Arteezy. He's going to get destroyed again. It is 3 dead for Secret, and EG is just doing whatever the hell they want. Zai will not get out. This is going to be 4 deaths. The only survivor is S4 on the puck. EG's getting everything they want right now.
Yeah, Kuro got caught off guard as well.
Racks here.
Kuro got, easily. They're going to probably get 2 lanes. Kuro got caught off guard. They're going to buy back the Medusa to do what they can. This is going to... I don't think EG care.
Well,
the real threat is Shaker.
She doesn't do any damage.
Yeah. Shaker is what they need to be scared of. If they can keep vision on him as S4 tries to put some pressure. There is the melee Rex. S4.
Oh man, S4 gets bursted down. Earthshaker, where are you?
And Kuro gets caught
he
again
gets
by the
silenced
silence.
right away. Look at that reaction time from AUI. Unbelievable. Puppy taking a lot of damage. It looks like he'll get out of the battle. He's trying to kill a creep. Kill a damn creep, for God's sake. And he ends up going down anyway. Oh man. 3 dead. They can continue. There's no reason. Echo Slam is still up, however. That is something to keep in mind. All the outer towers are taken out. They're going to focus on this range racks for now. With the Wolves and Fear. Doesn't have his ultimate. Oh, I'm sorry. He does. It's been so long. It's off cooldown already. They're going to play it safe. Probably go for the next Roche. But this is not looking good for Secret and Gamer. Of course, remember, this is the best of 3. The winner goes to the grand finals against Vici Gaming tomorrow.
EG are looking really sharp in this game. I'm worried for Secret. Okay, so obviously the game isn't over yet, but if this continues, Secret will not come back in this game. Going into game 2, it's tricky, I think, because their draft in this game, they opened up with the Medusa that they haven't played from what we know earlier in the tournament. And EG just seems to have a complete solution to this passive style of play that Secret have been using this game. The only real aggression that we've seen has come out of Zai. And, well, they had the answers for that. They've had the answers for all the other heroes. And going into the next game, I don't think Secret will feel like, wow, we just got totally outplayed in this game. Because, well, granted they did, but I want to say it's more about the strategy overall. They got out-strategized more than just beaten on individual skill. And the adjustments they need to make for game 2, I think, are going to be hard to find.
I think one of the big things this game is that S4 has been a non-factor. And I mean, we talked about Brood, Zai. He played quite well in the early game. I mean, that's the thing about Brood. It doesn't necessarily matter if you die, just because you create so much space for your team. But the problem is Medusa is only going to be super effective into the extreme late game, and Puck can take over in the mid game. We just haven't seen that from S4. So he's going to get bursted. Silences Sumail, though, along with the Dream Coil. Zai is here as well. Sumail attempting to get a rearming, but it's probably going to be too much damage to speak of.
He couldn't cast it. I think he was trying to cast it, but couldn't find a way of clicking it.
With the Bloodstone?
Yeah. Does end up dying here. That's a big kill streak for Zai, and the amount of gold in just one kill right now amounts to about 1,500 for Secret with how far they're behind. Also opens up the map for 25 seconds. Doesn't look like they'll be able to find anything, though.
Universe looking, man, Universe is playing so well on this Axe. That is something we have to keep in mind. I mean, we talked about how, I don't know if you were on the panel actually, we were talking about how his Faceless Void days seemed like so long ago almost, because that hero isn't really played to the same level that we've been accustomed to, I guess is the best way to put it, because of the nerfs and whatnot and the changes to the metagame. But he's been playing a good Clockwork, but nothing has been amazing. This Axe performance has been, I want to say, really up there, close to his Void. But of course, Void just has, I don't know, that hero is just special, as you would say. He's special.
Well,
and he goes Boots of Travel.
In a way, the two heroes are fairly similar in the roles they play for their team. They jump in, they initiate, and set the tone of the fight. So, just as a player-hero combination, I think Universe, it really suits him to play heroes like Axe and Clockwork. I think those are the two heroes he shines on the most after the Void you mentioned. So
his Beastmaster has been pretty good, but it's kind of a hit or miss, and I feel that's the case for the hero in general, though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, Brood did finish the AC quite a while ago. Going for BKB now. Sumail's going to be found out. Kuroki's going to completely miss the... Okay, well, Puck just got blown up by Sumail, and Kuroki on the run. And by run, I mean teleport. This is not looking good. This is going to be 3 deaths in the blink of an eye for EG. And buyback only on Puck at the moment. So perhaps expecting a push as Tinker upgrading the Dagon to his heart's content. Father Fear is proud.
Extremely big, this Tinker. Jesus. 23,000 net worth. He has a GPM of 650 and doesn't give a damn about anything in this game, it seems like. That's what's so hard about playing against a player like Sumail. He's so incredibly aggressive, and when he gets a lead, it just seems like nothing can stop him in the game.
Yeah.
You can't let this guy get too far ahead as he just carries the momentum through the entire game.
I think is Arteezy's going to pop his ult. Universe on the run at half health at the current moment of time. Waiting for this Echo Slam to come to effect as Puppy just gets blown up again. Sumail doesn't even need to be outside the tree line to get a kill. Zai extremely low, but looks like he'll live. And this is going to be a second Rax for EG. As
Kuro tries to engage. Good Echo!
Echo's going to blow up 2 heroes. Dream Coil going to secure the second. And with that, they're actually going to go back in. BKB popped by Universe. He gets an amazing Berserker's Call. Destroys again. Poor Zai. Earthshaker to fall next, and Arteezy pops the BKB. No mana to speak of. Fear with his BKB just chasing his poor son, beating him to death. That is not what you do to your only child. As S4 will end up trading his life, and this looks to be GG very shortly, as Fear is still alive. And with that, in all likelihood, Mega creeps. Oh, he gets swapped
him
into a stun. Arteezy bob back. And Fear. Oh god, the reinitiation from Universe and Sumail. This looks to be it. The Calling Blade finishes off in style. Triple kill for Sumail. EG takes game 1 in style, I want to say.
Man, Secret just got destroyed this game.
Why are you looking at me? Stop staring at me with your soulless eyes, Synderen. I don't know what to say. This is not... I mean, I expected this to go 3 games.